Number 5, I know this is where you're going, hang on here, a plan. You're going to go, you just copped out and you went back to the blog thing. No, I haven't. A plan. This is a plan, all right? So basically, how many shoots are you going to do in a day? How many days are you going to work in a week? How many weeks are you going to work in a year? What's the income going to be per day? What's the income going to be per week? What's my yearly income going to be, or my monthly before that? And if you kind of fill those in, we start to actually get a plan. So it depends on the type of photographer that you are, whether you're a lifestyle photographer and you're doing basically one shoot a day and so on with it, you're working in, you know, location parks, whatever it would be, or you're a 1+1, so that means 1 plus an administrator or assistant or something like that. So you're usually then going to be in a studio environment or working from some premises, and then you're basically going to be able to do probably 2 to 5 sessions per day. And you're working probably 4 to 5 days per week. And then you're going to be a 2+2+2 business plan, which is then looking at 2 photographers, 2 viewers, 2 assistants, 2 administrators, and then you're going to be probably up to around about the £500,000 kind of level. I'm sorry to pull up an Excel. That's what I've been told to say. All right, because I know it doesn't inspire you. And in fact, when I began this off, it had numbers in there. And Brandon goes, I can't understand that one. So basically, and I love it because normal people hate numbers. Bank managers, accountants love numbers. And you will, whether you like it or not, if you're going to open a business and be your own photographer, business as it were, you're going to have to know the numbers in some way. So if we just looked at the kind of the lifestyle business for a minute, so let's kind of just pick a figure out of the air, and I'm working in pounds here because we're based in the UK. You would translate this to dollars if you're in US, of course, and you might, if you're Australian dollars, you'll have a different exchange rate and so on. So kind of you'll know what kind of works well within your kind of world place, as it were, and things really. So if we go into the kind of the average sale, let's look at a really non-pressurized, easy life kind of buy in X, Y, and Z, not really worried about how much a client spends, just going to really be pocket money. In other words, a lifestyle business. So if we say a client's going to spend 200 quid, sorry, £200, yes, and you kind of want that lifestyle business anyway, so he's laughing at me behind the screen, by the way, here, yeah, but shoots per day, possibly for the lifestyle business, they're actually going to just work on one, because they're really kind of trying to keep a lifestyle quality. They might be shooting in the AM, viewing in the PM, or viewing at night online, or whatever it be. And then they're going to go, okay, well, I'm actually going to shoot for 3 days a week to begin with. Let's start with that. And my year, I'm going to spend at least 6 weeks on holiday during the course of the year because it's lifestyle, or so on and so on. Or you might have to actually take certain times of the year off because you've got kids to manage and they're still in school or whatever it is. So we need to actually devise that business to see if it's going to work, yeah? So in a normal year with a business and a premises, we pretty much fill that in at 48 weeks. For a lifestyle business, however, we pretty much put 42 weeks in there. So just from here, you can see it translates to a £200 an average from one client a day, 3 days per week, 42 weeks of the year, yeah? And then our income per day, as you can see, is £200. The income per week is £600. And then we're going to basically, income is going to be around about £250. As far as when we see VAT in there, that would be value added tax. In the UK, you've got to be around about £88,000 to kind of have to be forced into VAT, which would then add 20% on a standard, and you'd have to pay a proportion of that back to the tax man. Sorry to teach you how to suck eggs there, I do apologise. Anyway, so for me, as a lifestyle business, that might be good. I'm thinking that at £200 average sale, that is going to be a digital photographer. You're basically just going to be giving them digital files, digital downloads, small packages, whatever it is, but your cost of product is going to be hardly anything at all. So if we need to make this a little bit more realistic, I would say a lifestyle business should be able to shoot 2 shoots a day. all right? Obviously, it depends on the type of business that you are. If you're a dog photographer, you could easily do that because basically the morning, afternoon, or one in the morning, one in the afternoon. So of course, depending on what you can physically do, you know, if you're a newborn photographer, I would say that you'd still probably just be doing one shoot a day if you're working in clients' homes. You could get away with two, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. But then, of course, we'd be re-looking at a much higher sale. So we'd be looking at somewhere between 500 quid and 1,200 pound, I would say, as an average. Depends on the kind of the product, confidence, selling skills, quality of photography, etc. It's all kind of, you know, X times Y equals Z. But here, if we just put that 500 in there, you can see all of a sudden that's a serious business now. And hence that £500 is probably going to be some product, and that product is going to cost you probably something like 10 or 20% of the actual sale would actually be there. Now, in fact, because we've gone over the VAT limit here, we'll obviously, it's good in a way, 126k in fact, because I always say there's a magic number from 88k, it needs to jump to about 125. And I hadn't planned that, by the way, here. But we've just got over it, so it's worth going VAT registered at that point because we're earning more money instead of just paying the tax man. So within here, you know, going back to, you know, a promotional kind of photographer, if we were to still doing that £200 average, doing one in the morning, one in the afternoon, I would say that is a really, really good salary. That should produce you at least a 30k salary if there's hardly any product cost involved. So just a USB, a download, wherever it is, like I was on about before. So when we start to do that, that's fine. I mentioned about a 1+1 business. So when we tend to actually look at that, the first thing that we can do is higher the average up. I would usually put this in at something like the £300. And then because we're using a 1+1, we're going to be working anywhere between 2 and 4 sessions in a day. So I could put 3 in here as a guide for now. We'd usually be shooting the likes of 4 days per week. And we'd usually be kind of photographing for, as I said, about 48 weeks of the year. If you want to tone it down a little bit, put 46 in there, allowing for the Christmas kind of trade. So all of a sudden, we've got a kind of a nice little income coming in through here of 165k a year, 13 grand a month, which basically creates a 46 per month shoot rate. And then we basically got the 552 then is our session quota as such, really. So again, you've got this kind of combination of how it all kind of comes together. When we start to actually work in the 2+2+2 model, we're usually looking at a higher average through here. So let's go the 495. We'd probably be doing about 4 to 5 shoots a day. Let's put it in 5. We definitely would be doing 5 to 6 days a week. So if you said 5.5 days, allowing for some Saturdays where you don't work, and you pretty much be working at 48 weeks of the year. Now, that will involve, you know, as I said to you, 2 photographers, 2 administrators, which include telesales, probably 2 viewers as well with it, plus an assistant in some way. You might even have an exhibition staff or whatever. But out of kind of the cost, the same thing. You've got 522 net VAT there. You take off your 20% product cost of that then, which is about 100 grand. Then you're into the 422. Take off your salary costs of around about 150 to 160, what I was on about to you before. And you can start to see what your pre-tax profit is going to be and things really. So again, what we're really trying to understand is what the essential elements are when we're running a business. So that's it. So going from what was Brandon's blog 5 results, he's still shaking his head when I'm saying he found them on Google. But my 5 things are, you know, remember that structure within the business is essential, but also planning is the major thing that will fail our business with if we don't set the plans out from the beginning. Hope you enjoyed this film. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.